everyone, it's Lynette with Grammy Crochet. How are you today? Today, at the time of filming, is Thursday. I think this is the last day of July. You'll probably see this tomorrow, Friday. Usually I get them up by the next excuse me, by the next day. I want to welcome you to my channel. I know I haven't been doing as many videos as I had normally been doing. But I'm not getting as much crochet done. So then I don't have as much to talk about. So, that's what happens. But this is a crochet channel and a travel channel. When I travel or go see things, I do put that online as well. My husband and I retired in January. We live in a camper. Actually, we live in two campers. This is the permanently parked one in Ohio, where our home was in Ohio. So it's where our family is. And we'll be here until October 15th, when then we're taking off. And then there will be a lot more travel videos because we'll be traveling in our other camper, which is the travel camper. So today's video is a crochet video, and I have a lot to talk about today. I've been wanting to make this video for a week, but I just haven't done it. We did go a little vacation with my son to his boat, and there was no crocheting. There was boating. There was a terrible rainstorm. I just watched the storm. It rained so hard. We were up by Lake Erie, where my son's boat is, and it rained so hard. We were like two slots in a row down from the lake, and you could see the lake. But not during that storm. You could not even see the lake, which is a big thing to miss. It rained real hard. It was windy. I love storms like that. When I was a kid, my mom and I would sit on the porch, in the middle of the porch where you weren't getting wet, and curl up in blankets. And I was really little, and I'd sit on her lap. And so those are really fun memories for me. We used to watch the sky and the lightning, and so I'm one of the, not a storm chaser, don't get me wrong, but I do love a good thunderstorm. A lightning storm. So anyway, that's not crochet. I really didn't do much crochet. But I have finished some things. Coffee. So good. First, I finished my Smiley blanket. Now, if you know about Boggy Creek, it is a camp in Eustis, Florida, for chronically ill children. I talk about it quite a bit. It's a big part of my life, I guess. They take handmade, crocheted, knitted, woven yarn, made out of yarn blankets. The blankets have to be 35 to 40 wide, 40 to 50 long, or a 40-inch square circle star meets that criteria. They go on the kids' beds, and the kids get to take them home. And these are kids that their ages 7 to 17, and these are kids that they're chronically ill, and they wouldn't be able to go to camp if it wasn't for Boggy Creek. Boggy Creek takes kids that other camps will not take, so they have specific illnesses that they take, and I don't remember how many illnesses it is. Every week at camp, there is a specific illness, and all the kids there have that same illness. So if say, I know they do sickle cell anemia. So if you have sickle cell, every kid at camp this week has sickle cell. And they have a medical staff that are pediatric doctors, specialists in that disease. Nurses, same thing. They're volunteer. They get to stay at camp with their families because they do camp as volunteers, doctors. they have a hospital, trauma center on premises. It's called the Patch. It's really cute. They give out medications. They can make medications. They can take X-rays. They have a helipad. These kids get the complete medical care that they need by doctors specific in their field, but that's so they can go to camp. Then they get all the stuff that you get at camp. They get archery. They get, if you can, horseback riding, or at least they get to pet or brush or touch the horse if they can't, physically ride for whatever reason. They get swimming. They have a pool that they can take plastic wheelchairs in. So even if you're wheelchair bound, you can go in the water. They fish, and it's a catch and release. And they teach them kindness. It's a wonderful camp. It's free to the kids. It's free for their families on family weekends. During the summer, it's a 1-week camp. During the school year, it's a weekend camp, and it's for families. So not only do the kids that normally wouldn't get to go to camp, but their families go, and the brothers and sisters get to meet other brothers and sisters who have kids, who have siblings that are sick. And that's a special family dynamic. The parents get to meet parents. So there's a lot of networking going on, and it's a great experience for everyone. One of the things that they do at camp is, and I don't have one because I haven't made any yet, all the kids get a tumbleweed. A tumbleweed is a necklace that's like a pom-pom, but don't do it on a pom-pom maker, because they are looking for a whole bunch of tumbleweeds this year. So if you want to donate tumbleweeds out of your scrap yarn, that would be fabulous. You take like 3 strands of yarn and you wrap it like 15 or 20 times around your hand, make your pom-pom. Needs to be where you can pull the strings out without pulling out all of the strings. You need to be able to pull out 1 string at a time. And they wear these necklaces, and if you see someone doing something kind for someone else, then you take a string off of your necklace, out of your pom-pom, and you tie it to the string of that person's necklace. At the end of the week, you want to have your necklace filled with everybody else's strings, that you're doing kind things for other people. So that's awesome. So they are collecting these tumbleweeds. There is Billy the Crafty Floridian did a tutorial on how to do them. Boggy Creek has a tutorial on how to do them. I have one or maybe both of those listed in my description box, so you'll be able to find that below. Another thing is, before I even show you what I've done or talk about my crochet, I have to talk about Billy. Billy the Crafty Floridian. If you don't know her, you need to go, she's listed in my description box. You need to go introduce yourself to Billy and subscribe to her channel. She, for the last 2 Saturdays, she did an online auction to raise money for the camp. The camp is funded mostly, by donation, only by donation. A lot of companies work with them, but they have a wish list of things that they need to, help keep camp going. I know Billy mentioned they needed 18 basketballs, and they're $60 a piece. If the kids get there and they maybe don't have enough underwear for the week for some reason, they'll put underwear in their dresser. It's actually a box, but they'll give them things when they don't even know that they're, oh wait, they forgot their toothbrush. Here's toothbrushes. They have a lot of times maybe medical supplies that they need to pack, and so sometimes they forget other things. So the camp will provide for them And like I said, even if it's a toothbrush, or they need a second pair of shoes because they lost theirs in the lake or whatever, they will do their best to accommodate these kids with anything that they need. Um, so Billie did these auctions, and you guys, the community that we crochet in here on YouTube is just so fabulous. She raised like $11,500. She's already started buying things on the wish list. She's such an angel. So back to when I crocheted. I put out a challenge. Every year we've had a challenge blanket, and usually it's Jan the Alaskan Crafter and Laura Man Mimi's Crochet and Farming that sets a challenge blanket. And I don't believe they have done that this year, but I put up a challenge blanket just because um, I had this big ball of yellow yarn, one of the 1 pounders. It's Big Twist 1 pounder, and it just kept staring at me and saying, I need to be a smiley face blanket. And so I decided to make a smiley face blanket out of it because it was calling to me, make a smiley face blanket. Lynanne, another one of our what we call Boggy Blanket Brigade members, which is everyone that participates, but it's Billie, myself, Lynanne, and of course our other founder, Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too, and Juan the Yarn Addict, and then everybody that makes blankets or donates or supports in any way, shape, or form. They created this Boggy Blanket Brigade name for us. And so I put out a challenge to everyone to make a smiley faced blanket. I hope you can see it because I can't see what you see. Yeah, I'm like trying to look through the holes. So there's the eyeballs. I did hearts because Lynanne loves to put a heart on every blanket that she makes. One year she was asking for crocheted granny squares, and she would put them together, and she would put a heart on every one of those. People donated the heart appliques even to put on them. I'm trying to think. Katia, I will. These hearts are big. And I found a woman on YouTube, and I can't. Katia, Catia, I think is her first name, and I can't remember her last name. It's her hearts. They are her hearts. Her hearts are bigger. I didn't do as many rounds. I did 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. I think hers are 6 or 7 rounds. But I did 4 rounds. I used a 6mm hook. She was saying a different hook, I think. But I did a 6. Everything I did was with a 6mm hook. People have been asking if I have a tutorial. It's a circle, guys. It's a big circle. Anyone on YouTube that has a circle pattern, I do believe Juan on a Taco Tuesday made a circle pattern. It's just a circle. Start with a magic ring, or if you don't know how to do the magic ring, you chain 4 and slip stitch and do inside the circle. I think I started with 12. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think I did 12. And then in the next row you do 2. I did double crochets. So 12 in the first row, then you do 24 in the next row, 36 in the next row. So the first row is just 1 single crochet each. The next row is an increase in every stitch, so you got 24. Then the next row you go, you do an increase, then you do a single crochet in the next stitch, and an increase in the next stitch, and a single crochet in the next stitch. So every other stitch gets a single, every other stitch gets an increase. So you increase by 12 every time. So the third row would be 36 stitches. The next row would be 48 stitches. So you would go increase in the first stitch, double crochet increase in the first stitch, and then the next 2 stitches is 1 double crochet. The next row would be 3 stitches as 1 double crochet. So it's still an increase of 12, but the amount of stitches between your increases by 1 stitch each row, each round. If that makes sense to you, go for it. If it doesn't make sense to you, look at somebody's tutorial on how to crochet in a circle. And my circle is 33 rows. I know 33 rows of yellow. I know Naomi said hers was 29 rows of yellow. I did 33 rows, and I did double crochet. Yesterday in the live, I said that all of my rows were double crochet, but I take that back. I did half doubles on the black border. The black border, also big twist yarn, and I did 1, 2, 3 rows, and then I did 1 row of slip stitch around to give it a nice border. Per Naomi, she said that was a good idea, so I did. On the yellow yarn, I used 1 pound of big twist, the big twist value pound thing. I know you can get that off Mary Maxim still, and I think Hirschner's, and I don't know if Michael's has big twist yarn out. I have not been in a Michael's since Joann's has closed. But this is what I have left of the 1 pound size. And it could be 1 pound of any yarn, it doesn't matter, but that's how the 1 pound big twist was 1,093 yards, and this is what I have left of 1,093 yards to make my big circle. And then the black yarn, this is what I have left from 1 skein. Again, big twist. The hearts was just scrap red, so I did half double crochets on this, and I did double crochet two rows of double crochet to make, and I 91 again. I followed Naomi's pattern that she made her, or not pattern, but this is what she did to make her smiley face. She did a purple heart and a wink. I was going to do that too, but then I decided that I didn't want to be completely like hers. I wanted mine to be a little different, and so I did 2 hearts instead of 1. And so I did again 2 rows of double crochet, chained 91, did 2 rows of double crochet, and then I slip stitched across the top as well, and that made my smiley. So it's like 40 inches. So you just keep making the circle until it's 40 inches across. So when mine was like 38 inches or so, that's when I added the border. They're not measuring these. You know, they can hold it up and they look at them enough that they will have a good idea. But my challenge was to make a smiley face blanket. Now you can do it in the circle like this. It doesn't have to be yellow. Smiley faces can be any color, which I would love to see a bunch of different colors. I might make another one. It didn't take very long. It's not the most fun to continuously make the circle, I will tell you that. You know, it does, but you kind of have to count. So at the end, I was taking a stitch marker. I don't know, my circle is round. I don't know how perfect it is, but when it was like 15 stitches, 16, 18, 20 stitches in between, where you're single crochet, or you know, just a double crochet in each stitch for 18 or 20 stitches, and you got to count that, and you're trying to watch a movie or have a conversation. It gets a little difficult. So I was taking a stitch marker and putting it in the last stitch. I started doing this all the way around the blanket. So this was my 18th stitch, put the stitch marker in, and then in the next row, that's the stitch that when I got to the stitch marker, then I did my increase. And then I moved it up to the last of you know, and did it again. And that worked out pretty good. So don't ask me how many stitches are in between. They're the same amount every, you know, it did go up by one every single time. But I really don't know how many stitches it was because I quit counting. I just did it that way and it worked out, and my blanket is round and it lays flat. I really don't have a place that I can lay it out and take a picture of it very easily in here because my bedroom, there's like this much room to walk around in the camper. There's no good open space. So you just get it held up like that. So I worked on that. I was real happy about that. Now I have a couple of other things that I need to finish before I can start another Boggy Blanket. Well, I finished my Luck of the Draw, and I showed that to you guys in the last video, Luck of the Draw 11, and I put that blanket away, so I'm not going to show it to you again. Oh, this is Leela. Leela was auctioned off at the auction. Leela won her at the auction, and she paid way more money than I would have expected anyone to pay for my stuffed animal. But Leela is going to be donated back to Boggy Creek. I'm going to have a little name tag made for her that says her name is Leela and that she is donated by Leela. And she's going to go back to Boggy Creek. And so, well, to Boggy Creek. Leela wants her to be, to make a home at Boggy Creek. So I'm thinking they'll put her in the patch, which is what they call their hospital. And then the kids can, you know, hold on to her for comfort. She is very squishable. So she's going to be traveling with us, and I'm going to try to put her in my videos as my mascot until she makes it to her permanent home at the camp. So that's why we have Leela here. But I did want to make, well, Luck of the Draw 11 starts next week. It was supposed to start today, because today's Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday. It was supposed to start today, but it's not going to start for whatever reason until next week. So I will do that blanket. I don't know if I'm doing the new pattern they came out with or not. I haven't decided what pattern I'm doing. I haven't pulled the yarn for it or anything. I'm not in a hurry for that. But I want to make some of the Afghans that have been made for us by by Annette from Tangled with Yarn and Tatiana. They have designed some Afghans for Boggy Creek, and they are stunning. I have done one Afghan once in my life, and it was small, like this time, or maybe I've done two. No, because I did do the Cat's Meow blanket last year. That was our Luck of the Draw. I mean, our challenge blanket from Laura and Jan. And I had trouble with it. Let's just say that. I'm not really always good at following the graph. So I'm going to attempt. You have to have the bobbins and all of that. Oh, so I'm going to attempt a Afghan. I'm not sure which one yet because there's so many cute ones. I kind of want to do a smiley face one, but I just made a smiley face one, so I kind of want to do a different one. But there's so many designs. If you would like the designs, they are free, and you just email the Boggy Blanket Brigade at gmail.com. It's just Boggy Blanket Brigade at gmail.com, and in the description, you know, the subject line, put graphs, and Jax will make sure that you get all the graphs. It's one PDF, all the graphs, and then you can print them and work on them as you need to. I believe some of them are like you would put four in, like they're 10 by 10, and so you would put four of them together to make the blanket, and some of them are 40 by 40. I, or whatever, they fit the dimensions. I don't know which is which. I don't know how you know the difference. Um, I haven't gotten that far. I kind of myself, because I'm not the greatest at graph gans. Like I said, I've only done the two. I did an owl that Yarn Joy podcast had, and you were supposed to do four different ones for her thing, but it's not even 10 by 10, I don't think. Maybe it's close. And anyway, I did that owl, and that wasn't too difficult. Um, and that was I did that for Roy, and that's in storage right now, so I can't show it to you. But I made that, and then the cat's meow, and the small one was easier. I mean, let's just face it, it was easier because you don't have this big, huge blanket. You're trying to, keep all those yarn balls, bobbins, separate and untangle. Oh, excuse me, and turn in the work, and whatever it was. I found doing it in the little, because I've tried bigger ones, they just didn't go so well for me. So anyway, this is what I'm trying to do. So I need to get a few before I can start the graph gan. I will do the luck of the draw 11 before, or 12, that'll just happen. But I have some projects I need to get done. I feel like I want to get them done before I start the graph gans. And one of them is this. This is a pattern by Bag O' Day. I can't remember what she calls it, but I will put it in the description box. I started this when we went to Punta Cana. I started it for the Punta Cana trip, and it's a shawl. I just wanted a lightweight shawl to throw over my shoulders, like to help protect them from the sun. Maybe a little bit of, if it's a chilly night around the campfire. And I have this, I bought this yarn. It's bamboo, cotton bamboo 50/50 universal yarns, and I bought this at a local yarn store in my travels when I went to some local yarn stores. And this is what I have. I had two in this color and one in the variegated. So I did the variegated in the top portion of the shawl, which is just kind of like chain one, skip one, chain one, skip one thing. And then you get to the pretty part of the shawl, which I wanted to be the majority of the shawl, and that's in the lavender alone. And I just really liked this shell pattern. I thought it was really, really pretty. I have put the shawl on, and if I put it up so that it covers, you don't get a whole lot, it just covers the shoulders, this part, which is fine because this is the part that I want in the lavender that is going to be long and down, So I made this, I started it, and I went through an entire ball of purple and realized for some reason, I don't know if I was doing something wrong, but it was not growing as it got bigger. It started just, I don't know why. So I pulled that all out and said, I still want to do the shawl. But I pulled out, I added more of the variegated. I added more rows of that. And so of the variegated, I only have, which I don't think is enough for a whole row. Maybe it is. But maybe I will do a little border or something of the variegated at the bottom. If this is enough, I don't know. But this is what's left of the variegated. So anyway, I I did a whole skein, whole ball, and this is what the first ball. This is what I still have left of, so I have a lot more to go. But um, it was it like fanned out, and then it just started coming straight down, and it wasn't growing on the sides. And so, like I said, I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I pulled it out because I want it to. I grow. It needs to grow too, and so now the pattern. You have these shell stitches, and eventually you add more to the shell, but not, but, and so I think that's how she considers the increase is just more to the shell. That's not increasing fast enough for me. I mean, I think that was my problem. Like, now you can see that it's increasing. Oh, here, there. You can see, like, it's getting wider. Um, so what I started doing is doing the pattern exactly like she says, but in the you go in 4 row sections, and she's calling this the border. Um, I think this is the body of the shawl. I mean, I think this is what's the pretty part. Whatever you want to call it, though. But for in the first 4 rows, you have 3 stitches in your on each side of your shawl. Then in the next 4 rows, you do 4 stitches, and in the next 4 rows, you do 5 stitches on each side of your shell. So your shell gets bigger, and I think that's how she planned the increase. But like I said, that wasn't increasing fast enough for me, or I was doing something wrong. I don't know. But I started adding a stitch every 4 rows here. So at the beginning, it's 2 stitches in between, right here, between your single double crochet right here. So down here, it's do the shell stitch, then you do 2 stitches, then you do the double, then you do 2 stitches. When we got to the second 4, I started doing 3 stitches. And when I go to the next, increase on the shells, I'm going to do 4 stitches. And that is bringing it out. It still lays, and hangs like really nicely, but it is giving me more of a increase. And I'm really liking it a lot better like that. And I think it's beautiful. I think, I hope I'm going to not be sad that I have this variegated on the top. I like the variegated, but I hope I shouldn't have like tried to incorporate it. I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty, but it'll be fine for. I don't. I think it's going to be gorgeous, and I should just shut up about it and not worry that should I have put variegated in or just done all solid purple. Actually, I wouldn't have had enough if I just did the whole solid purple because I want it to be long. I like my shawls long. Like it's more of a cover-up situation. If I want, it is what it is. That's what I want. I want it to be long. I'm going to use all the yarn. And like I said, I might use that variegated as like a single crochet border across the bottom or something. Probably not, but maybe. Or an edge across the top. Like she kind of makes a built-in little border for it. She did hers in 4-weight, and I'm doing mine in 3-weight. In the 4-weight, you can see a little better that this has like a little bit of a scallopy edge to it. The 3-weight, it just isn't showing that as much. But I've been working on this for about, I think I sat down with it in the car one day. Yeah, and then last night. So I started with the purple, the lavender, the solid, and I think it's coming along. It goes pretty fast, so I should get that done pretty soon. Particularly if I can just work on it, because now I've got the smiley face done, and there's no luck of the draw this week. I do need to get back on track with Laura and her crochet along. With the wipeout, I have been real lax on that. Like I haven't done it. I didn't finish the summer ones yet. think there's 2 I have to do with that, and then all of the fall ones that she's called. I'm way behind. Sorry, Lala. I will try to get caught up. Because I do want to do them all. I don't know what I'm doing with them all, but I do want to make them all. So there's that. And that's where we're at. That's what I have going on right now. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about, in case you have missed the lives with Boggy Creek, but you want to, but you can start sending Nancy blankets as of August 1st. They only go to Nancy. Her address is in the description box below. She is moving, so do not mail to her old address. You need to mail to the new address. Do not send to Juan. Juan is not collecting blankets this year. It was not cost beneficial for him to collect blankets and bring them down. So just send them to Nancy. But we did do a new swag shop. I lost my train of thought there for a minute, but those were important things. One is not collecting and send to Nancy's new address. But we did do a new swag shop for this year. Not that we wanted to change swag shops, but we were getting issues with Teesprings. So now Sky, one of our subscribers who owns a t-shirt company, is making our shirts for us. So we were able to get colorful shirts. And if you haven't seen them, this is the pink shirt. This is the new design. We included the colors of the cabins. The cabins at the camp are grouped in colors. There's 4 cabins in each color, and that helps them break up the kids. Like if they have food allergies, all the milk allergies are in the green cabins. All the peanut allergies are in the red cabins. The non-allergies are in the yellow and blue cabins, or however. But their colors are red, yellow, blue, and green. So we used those colors to make this. We included the heart that we want to put on all. You don't have to put a heart on your blankets. Don't get me wrong, but we included the heart. It is part of Boggy's logo. Has a heart on it as well. And then we included a crochet hook. And you can get them in several colors. This is the pink color. It's like a bubblegum pink. These are Gildan. They are 50, I think they're 50 cotton, 50 polyester. This is the blue color. This is not a Boggy blanket, but this is from the Sky's company did make this t-shirt as well. And so this is the royal blue color. This is the pink color. We have t-shirts and tote bags. The t-shirts also, and hoodies. Long sleeve t-shirts, short sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, and tote bags. All the clothing items come in the pink, the blue, the purple, which my hoodie that I ordered last night is coming in purple. White, gray, black, and orange. I did not order. I don't have anything orange. I knew there was. I should have ordered orange something. Anyway, so this is. I like to show this. If you want to have Boggy Blanket Brigade swag, my shirts are 2X. But if you want to have new swag, or just because it's more colorful, it doesn't have a year on it. Last year's swag does not have a year on it. The idea is not to make you buy new swag every year. That's not the idea. But we weren't happy with the company that we were dealing with, so we changed companies. And now we can have full color logos, so we can make our logo much more fun. I think it's much more fun. The tote bags are canvas, and you can get them in black or natural. I ordered mine in black. I think the design will stand out really well on black. And let's see. Oh, the big thing about the swag is we started the swag shop last year because people were asking for it. And all the proceeds go to Boggy Creek. The canvas tote bag is free shipping. I noticed that yesterday when I ordered one. I actually ordered two, one for me and one as a replacement gift for someone that won a prize of swag from ours and never got it from Teesprings, which was the problem we were having with them. So I reordered that for her yesterday, but now she gets the new one with the new logo. So if you're interested in any swag, that's where you'll get that at. And that is listed in my description box below. It's a website. You just go there and Boggy Creek is right on the front. You can see it right away. Very easy to navigate. Okay, that is it. That's what I have for the last like 10 days since I've talked to you last, other than, on the lives. Start sending blankets to Nancy on the 1st at the new address, and we'll be doing our first unboxing the first Wednesday of August on Nancy's channel, which will be next Wednesday on Nancy's channel. So I hope to see you all there. Hopefully I will have videos between now and then, besides this one. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.